Good afternoon, MissionHollywood.com viewers and fans. It's your man, Chris Limon, here at the 14th Annual LALIFF Day 3. The amazing writer, Matt Lopez, is coming at you next, so stay tuned, stay logged in, because Matt is coming at you. Hey, MissionHollywood.com viewers and fans. It's your man, Chris Limon, here with Matt Lopez. Matt, how are you today, buddy?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Awesome, man. We just had the privilege of screening one of Matt's amazing movies that he wrote, The Sorcerer's Apprentice, with Nick Cage, and we got to say, man, absolutely amazing job.
Thanks. Glad you liked it.
Definitely, man. So we understand you have something more in the action realm coming up with Asteroids.
That's true. Asteroids, the classic Atari video game, is set up at Universal, and Lorenzo de Bonaventura is producing it. It's really cool because it's an opportunity. You know, there wasn't much to that video game, so. But that, you know, I think that's actually a good thing, that it's an opportunity to create a whole new mythology from scratch. Our only mandate really was to just let's make it as cool as we can possibly make it, and let's surprise people. So I'm thinking that's what we'll do. Wow,
man, that's so awesome, because that allows you so as a writer. I mean, that's the gift, because all the freedom you have there to create and, you know, continue with any of your vision that you have to make Asteroids actually into what you vision it.
Yeah, you know, Hollywood obviously right now loves to do this pre-branded stuff, whether it's games, whether it's video games, comic books. So a lot of times what you're wrestling with is how do you be faithful to what came before and yet still find a way to make it original and make it feel fresh. With Asteroids, because the game was really not much of anything, it was so simple, I don't have a lot of those same problems. There's not really source material to be faithful to. It's got to have asteroids, you know. Other than we know it's got to have asteroids in it. It could be anything, and that's what excited us about it.
That's so cool, man. During the whole creation of coming from literally scratch and then creating this whole thing just around a concept from one of the most famous games ever, you know, Atari.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you go about something like that?
You know, what I do, you know, as a writer, a lot of it is just locking yourself in a room. And I just will start jotting down ideas, and I don't edit myself in any way. Like, if an idea may seem terrible, but I won't rule it out, because you never know, like that terrible idea, something may come of it, or it may lead to something, or you just never know. So you're really just kind of throwing things up against the wall. And then the story gradually takes shape. For me, it starts with the characters, you know, and I think you can have all the CGI and all the action and effects in the world, and if you don't care about the characters that are going through that scene, then you don't care. So that's the challenge.
Definitely. Do you find that when you're creating these characters and coming up with all this concept, do you usually draw from, as far as with characters, people you know, and or are just like going fresh from scratch?
You know, definitely some characters end up, you know, you take things that you know. I have the good fortune of, like, you know, a good group of friends that are all really into movies, are all really funny people, and I'm sure one day they're going to hit me up for royalties, because a lot of the stuff you know, that's ended up in my projects. Right? Yeah. Absolutely. But it really, you know, it comes from all different kind of places.
That's very cool. You must be an absolute hero to your kids. I mean, you have The Sorcerer's Apprentice with Nick Cage, you know, very cool, and then also Bedtime Stories with Adam Sandler, very family type, also children type movies. I don't want to say children type movie, or phrase that, very family type movies, because that made me a big kid then. I like it. But with that, you must be like a hero to your kids.
They're starting to figure out, you know, what I do for a living, and one of my kids asked me the other day, like, when are you going to write a movie for me? And she said, I need to be the main character. So she's already making demands on me.
I love it. Love it.
But yeah, it's pretty cool, and it's cool to see them start to come up with stories too, you know, like
coming in with their own concepts. Here, try this out,
yeah,
Dad.
Exactly.
This might work for you.
Yeah. So
awesome.
Yeah, they're into it.
That's so cool. Well, Matt, we know you're a busy man. We want to thank you so much for taking time with the Mission Hollywood here at the 14th Annual LALIFF, and man, great job, and we look forward to the work to come.
Thanks, man.
Absolutely, Matt.
I appreciate
cool.
it. All right.
Stay tuned. Matt Lopez here at LALIFF 14th Annual.
Bow!